Alphonse and his troops, after following Richter Lasanti to Ranunculus, were eventually able to force the surrender of Osteria Castle. In Osteria Castle, there were startling events. The rumors regarding the murder of Lord William and of Lady Militia being possessed caused a state of panic. However, the superstitious people of Ranunculus gave a warm reception to Alphonse and his comrades for exorcising the evil spirit from the castle. Ivana Batral, the oldest daughter of the former Lord William, helped to calm the people's fears. Alphonse and his comrades stationed at Osteria Castle were searching for Naris and researching the history of the island, the Batrals, and the spear. Alphonse was deeply upset over the loss of his friend Richter, despite their falling out. However, if Richter's father, the Duke, learned of Richter's death, he would surely take some kind of action. Alphonse was running out of time. Meanwhile, a new year had begun. One winter day, under a rare blue sky, Alphonse tracked down the whereabouts of Lord Naris and prepared to chase after him. Naris on the run with the spear fragment, the peculiar twins helping him, the sacred spear, Longicolnus, that has lost its power, the enigmatic being that possessed Militia. Alphonse headed for the snow-capped mountains of the north to solve these mysteries. No one knows what awaits him there.
Ivana, please tell us what you know.
My father died 15 years ago. At the end of the year when Lodis's troops landed on this island. At that time, my grandmother was looking after me. But I returned to the castle after hearing news of my father's death. Because my mother didn't know much about politics. And because my sister and I were still young. She didn't have any objections to my uncle becoming lord. So we left the castle and moved to a villa in the country.
I thought you said that your sister passed away.
That's right. When she was 13, she died from a sickness. Just like my father, she was always in poor health. Doctors told us not to expect her to live a very long life. Before becoming lord, Uncle Naris seemed so strong and intelligent. As it turned out, he was only seeking power. While I was serving as a knight for the castle, he asked me on more than one occasion if I knew of something that had been handed down in the family.
He must have been referring to the spear.
When I think about it now, you're probably right. At about the same time, rumors began to circulate. People were saying that my father had been murdered. I had my own suspicions, and so I left the troops of Ranunculus. I've already told you what happened after that.
Do you know anything about those two spellcasters?
No, but my uncle must have had some reason for giving them such important positions.
There are still many things to be done. Now that we've gained control of this castle, what will you do?
If my uncle really has pledged himself to darkness, then I must go after him and try to stop him.
I understand. I'd like you to stay and listen to the report. Your report, please.
Yes, sir! After researching in the castle library, we were able to find several documents that caught our attention, as well as a genealogy of the Batrals. We learned that there was a family member named Lucius who had a child with a woman named Kelena.
Lucius. He's the one that Barevra fell in love with. Then, what Richter said must be true.
Later, his son became lord and recorded some interesting information. He wrote that the sacred weapon lent to the mermaids by God was a beautiful black spear. However, its whereabouts were unknown.
A knight who remained in this castle shared some folklore of the region. According to legend, this island was made by God to serve as a prison.
Prison? But why?
He spoke of a sinful angel, sleeping in a mountain range on the northern part of the island.
The mountains are where God reaches down to our world, the border between heaven and earth. This island is home to such a mystic place.
Anyway, first we must head for the snow-covered fields of the north. The legendary Archangel. Why did he betray God?
Maybe it was too much for him. He could have been the closest to God, the brightest existence.
Angels, those from heaven, sent to earth by God's will to mediate between God and humans. They are said to have fought alongside humans during the legendary ogre battle.
Where did you hear that?
During my training as an officer. We were taught that angels are messengers who convey God's word. But why would an angel be imprisoned on this island?
Because he disobeyed God's orders.
Sybil, you're back.
Angels must obey God's orders. To do otherwise is considered a sin. The punishment received for such an offense is to fall from heaven. The descent to earth means the loss of both power and beauty. It must be the most shameful punishment the residents of heaven can receive.
God loved people and ordered the angels to fight for them. But one angel did not want to.
Eleanor?
The angel loved God, and he wanted God to love him as much as he loved humans. Out of envy, he started a rebellion to draw God's attention. But because of it, he was cast out of heaven. This was a story well known by any child before the Reformation.
He envied us?
That's right. His jealousy turned his heart black. God sealed him in the land of eternal ice, without means of escape, and sentenced him to an eternity of repentance.
The same as him. Remember the one who took control of Richter? He said that he thrived on envy. Lord Bartral was jealous of his brother. Richter envied me, and I...
Why do people envy others?
Comparing ourselves to others is the only way to measure our existence.
I learned that the word Lungacolnus originally meant longhorn. A black horn is more fitting than a beautiful halo for a fallen angel. You're heading to the mountains in the north, aren't you? I'm glad I made it back in time. I'd like to go with you from now on.
I was hoping you'd return. Please join us.
I'm sorry it took so long.
That's okay. I trusted you'd come back.
Eleanor, you don't know anything about your birth?
The furthest back that she can remember is when she lived in Sotavento. Even Berevra is barely a memory for her. Why are you asking about this all of a sudden, Sybil? Is something wrong?
It's nothing. I'm sorry that I asked such a silly question.
We've come a long way.
Yes. I wonder what the northern mountains are like. We've come so far. It seems strange. I feel like I've known you for a long time. Listen, Alphonse. How do you feel about me?
You're very important to me.
Thank you, Alphonse. I'm really happy to be with you. I feel strong. I feel like anything is possible with you. I wish I could have met you earlier. No, that's not exactly true. If I had met you before, I may not have been able to be with you as I am now. I thank God that our paths crossed when they did. Look at this. I found it at the beach a long time ago. I've held on to it all this time because it seemed so beautiful to me. I think it might be helpful to us somehow.
Thank you, Eleanor. After all of this is over. Never mind. Shouldn't we be on our way?
I see. My sister Berevra.
Please don't be too disappointed. I'm sure you'll have the chance to see her again.
That's right. Believing is something I can do now. Alphonse, thank you so much. To show my appreciation, I'd like to give you something. Please take it. I hope that you find it useful.
I am Lobelia, a messenger of God. Is there some way that I may assist you?
Yes, there is.
In the name of God, I swear my loyalty to you. May the great light protect you.
Finally! After all that story, I think we can finally dive into the action. Let's go!
Fight it out.
At first, I thought it was a natural cave, but apparently it's not.
Do you remember that deserted town we passed on the way here? There was a man that lived there who lost his sister to a rare illness.
I remember that town, but why are you telling me this?
That man cursed God for not showing mercy and blamed himself for not being able to cure his sister. At first, the villagers felt sorry for him, but eventually they became frightened. He had forsaken his work and shut himself in his home, still cursing God. Finally, one day he went insane. He ran screaming from his house and began killing villagers like a bloodthirsty demon. However, a priest who happened to be passing by was able to seal the man in this cave.
Are you trying to scare me? Even if the story is true, he must have died inside.
This smell? I don't like it.
Watch out! Something's there!
Oh yeah, that's what I like. Battlefield action, tactics, and plenty of attacks. Let's rock.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to be in this battle yet. I think there were 1 or 2 others before this, because these enemies are already pretty high level. But that's just another challenge for us. Tonight's enemies are monsters, zombies, and a little ogre boss leading the charge. We can stick to our usual squad, but I want to throw in the Angel as one of our main units. She's amazing with those undead targeting attacks. Plus she can fly. Not gonna use Deneb. Undeads resist her main spell, and that'd just be a waste. Also, there's a little surprise we're pulling off in this mission. Do you already know what it is?
Look, he's a servant of evil, a creature without a soul.
Too bad Eleanor isn't at a high enough level to help out in this stage yet. Hang on a sec, let me just do something real quick. Yeah, now we've got a powerful Lich in our army. This class is absolutely insane in this game. With a Lich and an Angel on our team, I think we've got what it takes to crush the rest of the game. This battle will be a nice little test to see how strong this team setup is. The strategy here is to split into 2 battlefronts so we can separate the enemies and focus on specific targets one at a time. Unfortunately, these annoying undead can only be defeated with exorcism. But I'm pretty sure the Angel has a similar skill in her kit. Time to test it out. Good news, these enemies aren't great at dealing damage. Except for the zombie dragons. That dragon breath is nasty.
You're suffering, but isn't that what you wanted? Killing others allowed you to forget about the pain in your heart. Are you feeling regret? I'm sorry, but there's no way to save you. Which will you choose? Death or this life of evil?
I don't get why he's still trying to reason with this monster. To each their own, I guess. Time to start exorcising. Let's begin with that dragon over there. It's immune to exorcism? It's the equipment. It makes him immune to all spells. So, he's literally unkillable? That's unexpected. The Lich in this game is kinda hilarious. As a magic-focused class, you'd expect him to be squishy. He's weirdly tanky and doesn't even need defensive gear to hold in the front line alive. Or dead, I guess. Nice. One down. I really missed a mechanic from Reborn that anyone could use scrolls to cast spells, regardless of class. That would have been super handy here. Not seeing any big threats to our units today. Except for the ogre boss, of course. Let's hope these undeads doesn't have fast resurrection. There's nothing more annoying than taking one down, only to have them pop back up in a round or two. This ogre needs some extra attention. Not only is he way higher level than most of my units, but he's also packing serious attack and defense stats. I want to keep exorcising everyone so we can take on the boss without distractions. This one? Nope, it's the other spell that can exorcise too. Oh no. I tried to get fancy and messed up what I was aiming for. Guess I'll have to waste a turn just to deal with 1 HP. What? He just got taken out and is already back? That's so frustrating. There's no way to disable equipment in this game? So that dragon really is invincible? Alright, with 2 units exorcising now, this is getting a lot easier. Just the dragons and the boss left. Time to focus on the leader. That dragon, I got nothing for him. If anyone knows how to permanently deal with that dragon, write it in the comments below. I'm out of ideas. This monster is gonna take a while to bring down. Better we get access to his gear after the battle. I can't seem to do any real damage to him. The level difference in this game is no joke. The boss is only 3 levels higher, but that's enough to make his attacks and defenses ridiculous. The good thing is, fighting these guys is boosting my squad's levels as we go. Saves us a ton of grinding later. I think one more round should do it. Everyone's leveling up so well. Honestly, I kinda want to stick around and farm some more experience. Our newly recruited Lich is gonna end this for us. Yes.
My precious.
He regained his human heart right before he died. What a pity. Selling his soul to darkness wouldn't have restored what he had lost. Nothing would have, for that matter.
Another victory.
Tell me, Eric, is he human?
Yes, he is. Wait, I should say he was human. He lost his sister and fell into despair. What do you think he sought there?
Despair. Then, maybe there wasn't anything he wanted.
Perhaps, but the only thing he found in despair was the destruction of both himself and of the world around him. He could not accept his sister's death or bear the weight of reality. In a world without his sister, he only hoped for destruction. That was the consequence for someone with a weak mind.
All right, we'll continue chapter 3 tomorrow. See ya.